Welcome back to Road to Fire. We're a family of three documenting our journey to fire, financial independence, retire early. Now let's chat about our October budget outline. I will share all of our real numbers by expenses in our budget and highlight our savings rate trend. So like always, please hang with me. Okay, October is going to be the best budget yet. I'm claiming it. We are in transition right now, but our expenses are much lower as we have canceled childcare, activity programs, and other things as we are planning to move soon within the next 5 to 6 weeks. I know the word budget scares some folks, but budgeting to us is just a roadmap for your money. It literally tells me where my money is going and when. Nothing more, nothing less. We have automated almost every aspect of our budget, so things are quite simple now. But do the heavy upfront work and it will be all worth it later on. But when it comes to budgeting, we do everything digitally. So I use Mint to track our expenses and then I input everything into our Excel spreadsheets. I love Excel as I can create all the formulas and adjustments and make changes really quickly. Also in Excel, I don't have to do the math or assume things as all of the formulas are automatically calculated and I don't have any need to have any estimates or proposed numbers because it does it for me. We haven't used the apps nor paper budgets because Excel works well for us. Honestly, budgeting takes me about a few minutes each and every week. So I manage the budget on a bi-weekly basis because that's how we get paid. I look at the budget in the beginning, middle, and then I have a closeout meeting with my husband at the end of the month to talk about the areas we overspent in. In total, I'll say I put in about 1 hour in budgeting, and that's about it because most of our system is set up automatically. And we budget using the zero-based budget method, which has really worked well for us in the last couple of years. Essentially, all income has a line item in our budget. They're either tied to an expense or to our savings. Savings will include our sinking fund, emergency accounts, and investments. It makes sure all of our income is accounted for. We've never hit our budget perfectly and always leave a buffer just to cover unexpected expenses. I absolutely love this type of budgeting. Okay, let's get into our October budget details. Know that this is our plan numbers and things might adjust and change as my start date for my new job might come earlier, which will shift some of our income. So here's our October income report. This is a very standard review for us. This month, like most of the recent months, most of our income will come from our W-2s or our employers. I honestly can't wait until this chart has more sections to make sure we are not 100% dependent on our employers. We are really working on it, but building more streams of income takes time. So here are our details. Our income is fixed and represent after 401k and HSA contributions. The total will be about $11,300. We don't expect any bonuses this month as my bonus will come in November and my husband's will come in December, so that's at $0 this month. I will share our passive income video here, but we get about $200 a month and I'll add in $100 just to be conservative. I honestly can't wait till this gets to be about $1,000 a month. In our other section, we don't have any income expectations here, but are always open for more money to magically come in, so I'm going to leave this at $0 for now, but hoping that something happens. Overall income this month is about $11,400 even. Now let's look over our expected expenses for October. To get our expenses, I use our rolling averages, and this is why I love Excel, to help me plan for the next month. And any underage from the previous month goes into our savings as we don't roll into the next month. So here's our October expense report. I always highlight our top 5 categories. For this month, it's savings, rent, car payments, tithe, and groceries. Childcare usually is here, but we cancel it for this month because we're moving. These 5 categories represent over 80% of our total expenses. I make it a point to focus on these areas only as the others don't really move the needle for us. Again, savings is seen as an expense here because we follow the zero-based budget method, but in reality, it's not an expense. This method gives us the ability to track our savings as well as our expenses effectively each month. Our total expenses are just around $11,000 this month, leaving us a large buffer. We got burned last month with a lot of unexpected expenses, so I added a larger than normal buffer just in case things may come up. So let's get into the details here. Our biggest expense every month is savings at $6,510. This is a large increase from last month, about $1,100 increase because we're not being charged for daycare this month. Our next biggest expense is rent at $1,800, which is average for the area we're renting. We live in a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, updated brownstone in the Midwest. We will then be sending $700 to pay off our Tesla. This is our monthly payment with a small snowball payment on top of that. This isn't a debt priority for us right now. We are Christians and pay a 10% tithe to our church and charities, but you can see that the $500 we have here don't equate to 10% of our income. We usually top up our balances at the end of the year with our annual bonuses and company profit sharing. As of right now, I quote unquote owe the church about $9,000 and I'll probably pay that off in November with my bonus. These top four line items represent 86% of our total income. Rent is the next expense we're looking to increase in the near future through house hacking. Our groceries are fixed for the most part as we allocate $100 per person, so that's $300 total, so it's just my husband, myself, and our little picky eater. For car insurance, we use Progressive and have had no problems with them so far. This rate is for both of our cars. Next year, we'll switch to paying annually to save us a few more bucks. We then allocate about $150 for restaurants because we eat out about once a week, if that at most, and we're creatures of habits and we usually go to the same places every single time. Our phone is fixed with Sprint at $162 and we have an unlimited plan with them, but we're looking to see if we can get a cheaper plan as they have now merged with T-Mobile and there might be some more options for us. So these last expenses represent about 10% of our total budget, so I don't really scrutinize them that much. Honestly, I live by the 80-20 rule when it comes to budgeting. For utilities, we're expecting about $150, which includes electricity, gas, and internet. It's getting colder, so this might need to be adjusted for the next couple of months. And for business expenses, they're about $150 as we rarely hit this number. But next month, I'll be buying a new laptop as my current one is about 9 years old, which is about 90 years old in Apple years. So I'm excited for that, but not happy about the cost or expense. So gas is for both cars and expected to be at $130. My husband still goes into work 2 days a week and he commutes 1 hour each way, which is really insane. But I've been fortunate enough to be working from home since March, so we're not really driving that much. Household expenses are usually fixed at about $100, but we're low on a lot of items, so we'll definitely be spending all of this in this month. We have nothing planned for apparel, but I know my son needs winter clothes, so I've been searching the thrift stores to see what I can find. Honestly, for kids' clothes, because they grow so fast, I stopped buying him new items unless I absolutely can't find it, then I'll shift to maybe a Target or something. So we budgeted about $50 for him this month. Our entertainment includes our Apple Cloud storage as well as our Netflix, nothing really crazy here, and that's budgeted at $20. So our total expenses for September is about $11,000. Again, we have a large buffer, but this will probably be moved to savings if we don't have any unexpected expenses. If that happens, then our saving rates will be around 60% for this month, which will be the highest we've ever had for this year. So I started tracking our saving rate, and this number is key to hitting our FIRE number. Our goal is to stay around 50% right now, and we will continue to inch this up higher as the years progress. And when I say savings, it includes investing, not just cash on hand. In May and June, we had a very high savings rate for us as the entire world shut down, which inevitably helped everyone save a little bit more. In July, we had a 3-pay period month, so that explained the higher savings rate. You also see a small dip in August because my son went back to daycare, which cost us about $1,100 a month, and we traveled back home via car. Daycare costs are so expensive in our state, honestly. In September, we backed up again to about 44%, but below our overall goal. And in October, we hit an all-time high. Our saving rate as of right now is 59%. To keep a 50% average for the remainder of the year, we will need to have a 46% savings rate in both November and December. Both are doable, but with the changing of the job, it was hard for me to say if it's something we can certainly do or not. But we'll see how the next couple months fare out. So we ended September slightly over budget, which was expected due to all of the unplanned expenses. When we are over budget, we take from the savings to adjust for those expenses. October is looking pretty good overall with our highest savings rate ever, and I'm much more confident this month than I was in September. Now, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time.